What's up, guys? It's your boy T.
It's your girl Ella.
It's Wofai.
It's Vanessa.
And welcome to another episode of
Small Child.
Oh yeah, come on. Just seconds. Let them know.
Silly ridiculous.
So, welcome back, guys. You guys remember Vanessa from the last You Want to Be on Top?
They never forgot.
And y'all know your favorite showrunner, Wofai. So we have brought them back today because we are revisiting a part 2. We promised you a part 2.
We did.
And sometimes we promise you things and we don't bring it. But this time, we promised.
We made sure that this happened.
We brought it.
Because we weren't done.
So how's everybody doing? Actually, no, I'm going to switch up, actually. If you were an animal today, based on how you're feeling at the moment, what animal would you be?
Start with me.
Yeah.
I would be like a squirrel. Can't lie.
Wait,
Like a
why?
squirrel.
Why a squirrel?
Because they just be minding their business, but they'll just quickly run in, get what they need to do and jump back out.
Okay.
And I'll be doing my business all the time. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Mind my business.
Yeah.
Oh, me. No idea, actually. Right now, what am I feeling? I'm a bit excited. So I'll get like a dog.
I was going to say, it's giving dog vibes. You know, when at the door, the tail just comes on the floor.
Yeah, I'm just excited.
I'm in my feminine energy right now.
Period.
So something cute, something fluffy. What animal's cute and fluffy?
Pomeranian.
An emu.
Oh, but they...
Okay, an emu.
What's an emu?
The little Japanese ones, the cute ones. You know those pampering videos where the little get those ones always and they're so well behaved, they're enjoying it.
That's how I feel. Cutesy.
That's
Cutesy, yeah.
I think I feel like some type of bird, one that's very colourful and very showy. And very showy. Maybe like I think I was just
A bird of paradise.
A peacock.
maybe I was thinking of peacock, but I was like maybe
So you
not
can't just
showy.
A phoenix.
Flamingo.
Flamingo.
Or maybe like a flamingo.
But can we actually just reverse back to earlier today and what we discussed about what you were eating?
Okay, so basically everybody thinks I eat like a bird because I eat nuts and peanuts
And seeds.
Oh, so you are a bird. You're a bird.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not you the birthday, you the bird.
You the bird.
Yeah.
You said.
Like African nuts or...
No.
Like chia seeds,
Oh.
goji berries,
They're good for you. It's great. It's really good for you. It's just
black
interesting.
seeds.
That everyday seeds.
Yeah.
Pecking.
You don't live to 100.
What's the point? Get out of here.
Everybody would have died and you'd still
You're
be
not
here.
wrong. You're actually not wrong. It's quite good. It's good.
Let's do it.
Small child.
So as I said at the beginning, we brought you back a part 2 of You Want to Be on Top. And today, obviously in the last episode, we discussed the Netflix documentary, which we all saw, where, Tyra was very much like,
You have to do the face properly.
Very
Unhinged. Insane. Who was the worst one there? Tiffany? I was thinking that. So why do you say it? What else could it possibly have been? Much case. Tyra.
But yes, for this episode, we are going to dive a little bit more into the E one. I can't remember if I mentioned the E one in the last episode.
I think so. It was coming out. It wasn't out at the time, but it's out now. Yeah.
And we've all watched. What's our first takeaway? I mean, from maybe I should start with what I think. I think by the way, this is the Dirty Rotten Scandals, American Sex Top Model, the E produced it or owns it, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think personally, I feel like this one was a bit darker than the Netflix one. It was given very much psychological warfare. It was given very much abuse. It was given very much torture.
Sorry. That's not funny.
It was also
Yes, you do.
You know you want to, so
it's also giving, oh my God, I blame my parents. Like
Expand, what do you mean?
because there's some of the choices that
Keyword choices.
that were made by the contestants, and they blame production, they blame Tyra, they blame the show. Now, yes, should they have been more care and support on set? Agreed. But then, if you did something on camera, why should I now edit it out just because
You knew what you signed up for.
Do you know what? Just jumping right there as a model, and especially at that age, because a lot of them talk about I was so young and like, oh, I could speak up for myself, blah, 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 blah. As a model, you let me know, Vanessa, if it was different for you. I feel like we always had the least power in the room.
I agree.
And I feel like a large part of our job was to shut the fuck up
I agree.
and look good. And as soon as you don't do that,
It's a
your
problem.
career is in jeopardy. Not just that shoot, your career is in jeopardy. As well as, you're very replaceable. Let's say you're on set with lots of, especially if it's not a single shoot and you're with more other models, they'll just be like, you don't do anymore. And they'll remove you and they'll very quickly just find someone else to replace you.
Yeah.
So the idea of them being in a situation, especially if all of them weren't even already models or already had it modeling experience, I think, can't lie, it was a big part of it was, I'm just doing what I told. And I think a lot of them said it too, where they were like, I just thought if I did what I was meant to do, things would end up well. They did what they were told to do. It ended up how it ended up.
I think that you saying that also reflects in the Netflix show when we saw that I can't remember her name, but when she was doing a modeling shoot in Africa,
Kenya.
and there was guys around her, and she tries to call it out, and they were like, "Why are you calling it out?" No,
It was so rude.
yeah,
We're all professionals, so you're wasting our time.
That was exactly.
So that also,
crazy. They make reference to that in there.
yeah, so reflecting
It was
that as
something,
well.
the lady, I forgot what the journalist's name, the black journalist that was in the show.
The cultural critic.
I
remember
can't remember what I said.
She said something and I was like, oh my God, you're right. She was like, a real person that you're supposed to be teaching about the modeling industry tells you that something happened on this fake shoot.
Yes.
Something real happened on a fake shoot.
Yeah.
And you're treating it.
Like,
It's just
Like
Like a throwaway.
Yeah. We sent
Yeah.
you to, and I think they clipped Miss J saying, we sent you there to work, not to
whatever.
whatever else he said
Yeah.
after that. And she's like, it's a fake job and a fake shoot.
With
What a real
situation.
situation that you have to deal with real
Like
time.
how like you had the power to be like, cut, don't do that. Or
And it would take you 2
it'll take
seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
But I have a question. Where does the moral compass come into play when it comes to these things? Because it doesn't seem like from what you're saying as well, like it doesn't seem like any sort of moral compass from like the directors, the like stylists, the Tyra Banks, the Miss J. I don't think any of that comes into play at all.
I think at least for reality TV at the time, it's less about the people that are on the show. I think this even goes outside of America at some point. It's less about the people that are on the show. It's more about the people that are watching, and it's more about the
audience you want to bring in,
the money that comes in. Like the people that are on the show are the last one to be considered and to be thought about. And I think that goes across the board. I don't know if you guys disagree.
so
Maybe not so much now, but definitely then there was it wasn't about you.
there was no moral compass
Like
basically.
whatever story that was going to help, and they made it seem like, oh, what's your story? Because obviously I auditioned for X Factor twice. One of them I was like invited, and the other one I just went back as a general auditionee sort of thing. But when you're scouted and you're invited to come in, they emphasize, so tell us about yourself. Tell us about this. Tell us about
They
that.
want to make a story out of you.
And I went into, like my grandma always used to love me performing. And so they're like, oh, let's zoom into that. So is your grandma still alive? I'm like, no, unfortunately she passed away. Oh, I'm so sorry to
It's
hear
like they
that.
want a storyline.
So, are you chasing these dreams because you're going to make her proud? And I was like, oh no, I was going to do it anyway.
They were like,
No trauma here.
That's so toxic though.
They're like, no trauma here.
That is so
So I
toxic.
think that it's very clear, and even like as the girl said in the show before we go into like because I picked out some scenarios and stuff. But like a lot of which we picked up on the Netflix documentary as well, is like what they dig into your whole backstory, your whole life before you join the show, so that they can hone in on what story they're trying to create. They can hone in on what they're trying to portray.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very toxic.
My initial take was, I watched the first one, and even the way it was put together, it's like, okay, we know Tyra did some questionable things, but I was just like, it was just pile on, and nobody else was taking accountability. I get it's her show, but all of you guys were there also. No shade, but like, I don't want to hear from a cultural critic. What does that even mean? You're not in the industry. You're not in the field. What do you know? And how dare you come back in 2026 lens and start talking about, oh my God, they did this. Bro, this show was like 20 years ago. Are we going to now sit back and dissect everything that happened in the ages? What's the point? It's done. So to the point where I started to watch part 2 and I was so annoyed I stopped watching it. I couldn't go there. I was triggered. I couldn't.
By the time I got to part 2, I also was like, okay, I have to finish this because it's homework. But at this point, like, I get what you mean from part 1. If you've seen part 1, you've seen the whole thing. Essentially. Because I'm just like, because I was hoping that there would be, and maybe, I mean, I was a model for one day. I walked into grand opening, grand closing. So maybe I'm not like the best person that's equipped to say this, but I'm just like, I feel like there was I think the only person that felt like said in hindsight I could have done this is the girl that won and they took it back from her. Everybody else had no accountability.
Zero accountability. That's what was sending me over the edge. Zero.
Angela Preston. Yeah. She, like, nobody else had any accountability for any of their actions. And I'm just like, yes, they did you wrong. And you were in their care. But using Lisa D'Amato as an example, like if you were drinking all the time on camera and you were being obnoxious to all the other contestants.
Bear in mind, you also know the camera is always going to be on.
So and to be fair, she was stressed. She was good. It was a very major pressure cooker. She's being psychologically played with and whatever. And sometimes people turn to vices. So it's not like I'm blaming her, but I'm just saying that if I was her, they would have been like, okay, yes, these things were happening, and I was dealing with it with this way. But I understand that.
I can't lie, because there's definitely things you're saying that I agree with to an extent, but I feel like for me it's really important to really remember we're all grown. Now. So 18, 19.
I am grown too.
The brain had then just isn't the same one.
That's fair.
Talkers of the lens that we have now in 2026. We see things. Like the idea was, if ever, like even someone who's younger, 17, 15 would be like, oh, you can't do that to me. The response they'll get from a room, whether it's Tyra Banks or anybody else today, is so different to how it would have been back then. Talkers are in a modeling environment where I think you have to remember, even model as a term is synonymous with mannequin. Mannequins don't have opinions, don't speak. You have to remember your job is not to be doing all of this. Oh, I think this. Shut the fuck up.
Who asked you?
You're booked because you're pretty. You're booked because of your craft. What the fuck is all this thinking shit you're doing?
Who asked you to think?
Like, Vanessa, you tell me, how many shows have you done or ever had to do an outfit you had to wear but it didn't actually fit you? And they're just like, just do it. And you just did it.
Yeah, you're just pinned at the back. Yeah. Don't ever turn around because it looks crazy behind there. And you're just there to do your job.
There are things that just before you're going on, something rips and they go, put this jacket over and don't let it drape as far down as you would normally. So you're there being like, I have to obviously look good, I have to look graceful. But at the same time, I have to manage the damage or the issue behind me that no one can see. I have to make sure no one can see it.
Question.
Go on.
Why did you decide to continue? Why continue being a model?
What, us or them?
Yeah, you guys.
Us. You go first.
The game. It's the love of the game.
I would agree. When you love something, you're passionate about something, you take the good. You take the good with the bad. Because even like some of my experiences, some of the way that I've been spoken to in terms of like, and how an artist is treated is very, very different because you're a commodity.
Yeah.
But it's still very much like, yes, what do you think? Oh, great. So we're going to do this one today. We're going to do this anyway. Oh, you like R&B music? That's great. So we need we need a younger Tyra Cruz. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, and you continue because you think of the long game. Like, okay,
Exactly.
if I hit,
I think the longest is what holds
like,
you.
all it takes is one song.
Yeah.
And then I can do whatever I want. All it takes is one shoot. People like
one campaign, one show.
You keep thinking.
I feel like, especially because things have changed so much between now and then. There, you had to again. I think we all agree. It's so much of it was around. If I make a bad choice now, I cut all my chances. Whereas if I can do the long game and I get that campaign, I get that fashion show, I meet my Karl Lagerfeld who you died, so I can't actually be angry at you, but you shouldn't have died and you should have met me. I would have been amused. Yeah. But anyway, that's my own personal version of the future that don't happen. But things like that, you would meet someone and suddenly, same way with Tyra, even herself, where the designer saw her and was like, I love you. Even though you're a black girl, even though you're curvy, even though all these things. And that is kind of what we're all hoping for, especially as black models. In fact, we're kind of just like, someone's going to like me, someone with money and influence is going to like me, and get put on. And then once I'm on, I can do whatever else I want to do. And that's how Tyra apparently was feeling in the first 2 seasons. That's how I felt the first 2 seasons. But obviously, very quickly, she said, the best way to make money is to act crazy. So I'm going to act as crazy. And
I think my annoyance wasn't actually at the contestants. I fully understand their struggle, their story. It was more the production, the people within the production. Like
Janice being like, I was asked to be partial and partial.
So we might as well just move to Janice since we're here, because she's number one on my list. Janice Dickinson. Was she not on panel on the show, or did they hold a gun to her head?
Ask again.
They forced her. They said, if you don't say anything rude, we'll beat you up. That's what they said. They must have.
Janice
I was hired to be the Simon Cowell.
I came out, I'm the person who came up with the Sam supermodel. So you know you're a big fish, Abby. And now small Tyra is
you're a heavy hitter, but yet it's Tyra's the one.
It's Tyra that's telling you.
That's when I have to respectfully tap out, because I was like, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
You joined this bus just because
I can show it to Janice. So let me see it.
I think as well. I think this documentary came out now because when was it filmed? Do you guys know?
When the documentary was
the E1.
The E1. I think it was filmed around when they knew that the Netflix one was happening.
So I think they're speaking about like this, for example, is the way that our society is now. Cancel culture is real. So they don't want to get cancelled. They don't want to seem like, oh no, but I did this as well. No,
they don't do the documentary.
That's the
thing. They're not going to take realistically. They're not going to take accountability.
It's like Janice was gaslighting. She was gaslighting us. She was like, the way Tyra treated this model was disgusting.
She was like, especially the black model.
Yeah, she was harsher to them. She was a full on
because you know exactly what the struggles of the black community are. That's why you said that. That's why you said that. Especially the black girls.
I think for me, it comes across like Janice has a personal vendetta. She was like,
I got that feeling as well.
I want to derail you. I want the people that look like you. I want them to be mad at you, and I want
that's exactly how it felt.
Because realistically, Tyra's just not one team. She's got a whole lot of people behind her. Of course, telling her what to do or how she should run. Because you said after season 2, she knew, okay, I needed to run mad so they can take me serious. That's what she did.
I don't think that the show would have lasted as long as it did.
It was actual authentic. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It was television.
It was television and it was money making.
What was it? The comparison they made, what was it? Is it The Face? I can't remember what other show. There's another model show.
I think it was.
I think it was The Face. And that one was very, this is what modern looks like.
Is that the Naomi Campbell one?
Yes, Naomi Campbell's that one. And for me, it was a very, for me, as a model, if someone's interested in it, I thought it was really cool, but it didn't have much traction. It didn't last many seasons. It might have been one only. I
think it was 1 or 2.
It was one or two, and I was like, do you see? And that's with Naomi. That's with big Naomi's friends. It's all the top 5 or whatever.
Photo shoot, for angles, learn your lighting. The photographer might get your lighting wrong, so you need to be able to be like, know how to position yourself. This is all that kind of training.
It was there, and it didn't. It didn't move.
The problem is the consumers. Somewhere in the human wiring, we just love to see people's downfalls. It doesn't matter what reality. I'm a celebrity. Love Island. We just love to see people's downfalls. So as much as yes, they did this, that, but people will only tune in if it's going left.
I think that thing Lisa said around the Stanford experiment, where a lot of the experiments on reality TV being born from the idea of just observing people and seeing, if you put them in a crazy situation, what do human beings do?
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And what I liked about that one was actually they emphasized more the idea of, yes, modeling, blah, blah, blah. The big part and the big challenge of every single day is you are now in a small space with people you don't know, having to all fight for the same thing and do friendly in this tiny space, sharing a bathroom. They said only one bathroom was working at
When I heard that was all too much.
Yeah,
that was wild.
I would have broken the windows.
The windows are dark.
It's a jungle.
covered.
We can't see. You don't phone. No back
You don't know what day or time it is. You can't use your phone. And then if you do something against the rules, they take the book that
Yes,
you
the
actually
one little book. The piece of joy that you have.
It was we can't all talk at the same whenever we want to. I said, so even to have conversation, no.
Yeah, because they need it to be on camera.
And then what was it? Cycle 17, the All Stars one, where they said, "Oh, they put bags over our heads." I said,
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes.
I said, and you still stayed. Me, I would.
See,
That part would have
I was
broken
going to
down.
ask, can they not just say, I can't lie, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm going home? Can they not do that?
The people that they've picked, which is another thing that I didn't think of in the Netflix documentary, which became apparent in the E one, is like they pick people that are really, really wounded. And
Yes, I noticed that.
It's
Something to prove.
So there's something to prove. You told your family back home that you're going on America's Next Top Model. This is your way out. This is where you're going to win $100,000 contract. You're going to be able to pay your mother back, pay your father back, take care of your kids. Like the people that get picked are the people that are in desperation. And you would do
anything for the coins.
Because I feel like me, even by the time I was probably 22, that stuff I would not have done. And I know not even that I'm better than Way, as in like a big part of my career was dealing with the backlash of what kind of person am I going to be? Am I gonna just do anything, or am I going to be no, I'm not doing that. Like there was many contracts I got and I just didn't sign it. And I lost it. I just lost it. Because I knew about law.
Differently, like the first record contract that I signed was like everything you own, your what they call it, your likeness, your everything belongs to them. It belongs to them. Your name, the whole thing. The songs that you're recording is ours.
No matter what.
And I signed it. I didn't even get a lawyer. Because in your brain you're like,
oh my god, for this opportunity. Wow, I've been scouted.
And then when we parted, when the person that was my day-to-day person, when that person was like, I'm leaving the label, I'm leaving for something bigger, blah blah, I would take you with me, but I can't. Because I was like, if you're moving, why am I?
Why am I still here?
He was like, I can't take you with me. You don't
belong to me.
You belong to them.
You
belong to them.
Hey!
That's when I was like, wait, what do you mean?
He's like, you don't remember
what you signed? Like,
never do that ever again.
And then he left, and I got given this older white man.
Oh hell no!
Get me. I didn't get him, and you don't do what they tell you to do. So you just sit there, you just wait out.
Is he even in your generation?
You just sit down and just wait out the contract. I just waited it out.
This is horrifying.
And they do that all the time.
Waited it out. And then when the contract ended, they're like, all right, be on your way. And because now at this point you are becoming a little bit more educated, you're becoming a little bit more informed, you're like, okay, but what about the songs that we recorded? They were like, oh yeah, those are ours, babe.
Those are ours, silly sausage. What are you doing?
Just so casual.
Silly family day.
And I'm like, okay, then I would like to, and again, because I've been more informed, I was like, I would like to buy back my masters. They were like, okay, so
how many millions?
It will cost this amount of grand for you to have your sound recording, blah blah. And funny enough, because again, the more knowledge you're gaining, the more knowledge people around you are gaining. So my mom understood that no, we need to buy this because this can show up anywhere. Then my mom coughed up some coins. I can't remember, I was young. Coughed up some coins. Everybody put some money together to buy this sound recording back. The moment again when you release music and you release on these platforms, I also didn't know it's paid to stay out there. Not aware. All I know is I was on Instagram and somebody said, I reposted something and someone said, oh, by the way, none of your songs are on stream. I'm like, no, they're there. They're like, no, they're not. I go and check. No, true. None of them are up there. So then I had to then re-release it because they were like, we're not paying. Why are we paying to keep it up there? It's no longer ours. And in the same way, a lot of people don't understand about modelling is they flew me out, they're this. Baby, that's not free. You owe them money now. If I do not put money, fam. For me too, I'm not to remember. You go first.
So I got assigned to a modeling agency. I'm not going to reveal who, whatever.
No, blast them.
And they were like,
It's
"Oh,
classy.
you're doing test shoots because you're now on our books." So they were like, "Bring this, that." We've set up the photographer review. We've gone off. We've done the shoots. So bearing in mind, I'm young. I'm just fresh into the industry. I'm thinking, "Oh, when am I going to get paid for this?" They're now sending me an invoice bill saying to pay the photographer, and I was like, and then they put their commission on top. Yes. And I was flabbergasted.
You were floored.
I was floored. I couldn't process or understand what was happening. You know, I never saw those pictures, by the way.
I was going to say never.
Because I wasn't going to pay for it. Because I was like, well, that's charged. I never saw it. I said, hey.
Someone invited me to dinner. Invited me to dinner at some big fancy hotel.
Oh, I'm scared.
And luckily, again, you're at the. I think I've been something like 2 years at this point. So luckily, again, you're talking to people, and people are giving you game.
Yeah.
So I told someone, I was like, "Oh my god, I've got a meeting with so and so, and we're going to be at this place." They were like, "Did you get an advance?" I was like, "No, my deal didn't have an advance. Like, it just has like, this is how much we're going to spend on your stuff." So like, whatever you eat and drink there comes out of your budget, and not just yours. Like, here's too. It's a meeting.
Yeah.
So you're paying for the lunch and the drinks that you're going this now. And I said, "But they invited me."
Right.
Phone call.
Right.
You could have called me.
This would have been email.
Team school. You could have called me and told me whatever it is that you needed to go. But of course you have to show up. So I'm there now. I did not eat. I just had a drink.
And on a water diet.
I don't believe it because I'm like, you're in that industry.
Yeah, men's game.
Like, hey, yo.
Oh, okay. So moving on from Janice Dickinson. So I want to move on to start picking out some of the contestants. We can get through as many as we can. I'm going to start with Adriana Curry or Adrian Curry. Or Kerry, however they pronounce her name, winner of Cycle 1, who didn't get her $100,000 Revlon contract. She was promised a Revlon contract, which she won, and she worked hard, and she did win, and she realized that the Revlon contract was for her to be at conferences, and
the big thing was that the 100,000 was about a potential.
Yeah, it was
not
like,
about a guarantee.
It's not
you
guaranteed.
Get this money.
Yeah,
like that. It was all about you have the potential to
you have the
generate
potential to
100K's worth from shoots.
worth of work.
Yeah, which is very different.
Which is very different because none of the contestants knew that. And then they show you at the bottom of the contract in the tiniest prints.
And there was no AI for you to even scan.
Can you imagine? But at the same time, unfortunately, this is the one part I'm like, read.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you from now.
Scarcity mindset.
Do you know what's funny though?
Yeah,
But read.
I hear it.
But you can read. Every single person that could read, as far as I've seen in the course, unless you can't read, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah.
Desperation.
But for real, no, but at the same time, desperate, but read. At least go in knowing, I'm not saying read and go to a lawyer, because you might even know what that means still.
Yeah.
But if you can read, and this is especially this is what people don't understand legally, and this is why all these ridiculous things with unlocked memory wise come up, is because if you don't read, it's there. It's always there.
It's true.
It's always there. That's why they get you, because they look at you and be like, why are you upset?
Yeah.
You signed it.
Because they're not going to sit there, hold your hand and say, "Oh, we're scamming you here. We're scamming you." They're not going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
No, 100%.
They've done their part.
Yeah, they're like, we didn't hide it from you. We just didn't read it.
So I remember my friend Jay also asked me, like when we were talking about it, he was like, "You know, I'm a lawyer. Why would you sign something like if you couldn't go to an actual? I'm your friend.
Yeah.
You could have just sent me."
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even think that. I just thought, oh my god, these people believe in me.
You saw opportunity.
That exactly, I would say, the desperation, the youth, all this stuff. That's where it gets so dangerous, because Vanessa, both of us, I think now, so many models. Look at modeling, acting, music, everything. What if I can go over this? I can. And I will.
You should just.
Do you know what I mean? And I so quickly highlight, I go change all those to be changed. And it won't just even just be get it to be changed because I'm an artist and it'll be from like they are negotiating with you. A contract, as much as in front of you,
the key word.
It is a negotiation. It's not a full stop. It's a negotiation.
Period.
You go, I can't do it. And so many of my ones, especially the bigger I got, they're not modeling, not wait. Jesus Christ. The bigger my name got as a model and on the scene, the faster it would be a thing of like, I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to do an exclusive contract unless you guarantee me this, and this. And it wasn't things like, oh, I want a Ferrari when you pick me up, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I don't care about that stuff. It was things like, if you want fees, if any expenses and stuff like you want me to pay for, it's coming from my second or third shoot. Because what that does is it guarantees you're going to get me free shoots.
You get different shoots, yeah.
And if they're like, no, we can't do that, I go, so you don't believe in me. You must believe in my money.
Yeah.
So fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
What makes me sad about this industry is like they love to say that older people can't sell, but what they want to manipulate somebody young.
Somebody who's young.
Because if you've got vocals or you've got talent, whether you're 50, 40, 30, that's kind of irrelevant. But the reason why they want you is because you're naive. You don't know anything. You're green.
You're green.
You're green. You don't know anything. And they prey on that.
And the more you're learning, the more you're becoming, no, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to start fighting heads.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're washed out. You're too old.
You're combative.
Aggressive.
Combative, diva, hard to work with.
I got told verbatim, you haven't got to Chris Brown's level yet, so humble yourself.
Crazy.
Hey.
Because I said, I don't want to do that.
Wow.
Okay. You basically modeled then. What?
Humble yourself.
That's
rude. But
Don't be a diva. And like, because I said I don't want to.
imagine.
So they want you to be lame. They don't want you to know anything. They want you to be like
they
a
want to
lapdog.
manipulate and mold you.
They want you to be a lapdog, not know anything. But my thing is like with like Top Model, did they have I don't know if they had an opportunity to negotiate like the way
It's television. And I think that's
like you sign it or
you sign it, you get out.
It's AD.
You haven't got the chance. You want to be on the show, you don't want to be.
See, that's another thing because you said, oh, like read, but like, what if they did read, but like still said, okay, cool.
But that's your own as in like, I'm so sorry. Like it's peak, but that's again where you go. You need to have your own like lines for yourself in terms of being like, there's certain things even on the show. Yes, again talking about my older self, but just because of the life I've lived and everything. Like I said, if I'd been 22 and I'd been there, obviously I'm a man anyway. But so many things there's a point I would have just been like, stop laughing, and the next episode, I just went with the episode. And then the reunion or whatever, or something. He left the show, and that's the end of it. And I'll be like, and I signed the NDA, so I can't say anything. And then when it appears, I'll go, that's because they did some bullshit. I didn't like it.
And also with Adriana as well, she also felt like she was set up, because they promised Wilhelmina, that they were gonna, whatever agreement they had with them as an agency, and obviously she's the first person that wins the show. She's the first person that goes into their care, into their agency. And then Top Model decided the next season that they're gonna flip the script on Wilhelmina and do something completely different and go with somebody else. They went with IMG. So now the one person that's in Wilhelmina's care, Wilhelmina is now taking out on the frustration that they have with Tyra and Top Model on the model that's on their.
Meanwhile, she didn't do anything. She just arrived.
So because she said at first they were sending her to things. Yes, it's not what was promised, but they were sending her to things that started all of a sudden ice. Like they were like, you will sit here until you're ready to leave. They took it out on her, and it had nothing to do with her, because what power does she have?
That's horrible. That's harsh. Ugh.
So moving on to the next person, which we touched on briefly earlier, Lisa D'Amato, who was on the show portrayed as a drunk. I think one of the we didn't have viral, but why you laugh?
She's the friend you should never look at when you're trying not to laugh. That's who you are.
One of the things that stayed in the ether with her is one of the contestants called her a drunk bitch on the show. No, an alcoholic bitch on the show, and that has followed her everywhere since, which she blames the show for. Ironically, but she said that she drank to cope with the stress, and they weren't eating much because they had $37 a day as their
And
that's so if they finish their $37 a day, that's their business. So people are rationing their money rather than buying actual food. They're buying cereal bars.
$30 each.
$37 each. Yeah. So people are buying cereal
breakfast,
bars.
lunch, and dinner.
So people are buying cereal bars. People are buying you know, a sandwich.
Yeah.
People aren't eating properly.
Yeah.
So, which is also funny because then you're buying alcohol unless the shoot is providing alcohol.
They probably were providing.
I was going to say, imagine
They
they were
probably
providing, because not to go back to previous with the
that I know what you're going to say. The when they went to France or when they did the shoot, they gave them alcohol
and they invited the models, the boys models back home.
Yeah,
$37 could not have bought all those bottles of wine.
that was production. Hello.
So we just landed somewhere.
So
Just then,
my thing is like everyone right now is blaming Tyra. What about the people that were providing all that alcohol when
And the guy that she started it with? What's his name? I want to say Wu, but I know it's not. Mock.
Yeah.
What about him?
Mock.
It was just really goes, oh.
You guys helping put my children through college. Yes.
I said, why would you think to say that?
He literally was like, "How congrats when the
It was for All Stars.
Cycle 17,
For All Stars.
and he was like, I appreciate it for all you
Awesome.
guys. Thank you for coming back. Thank you all so much. You guys are putting my girls through college." And the girls are like,
Everyone was just silent.
Am I in college?
No, me too. I say,
No.
couldn't go because
He's intrusive.
I
False
was
one.
"Yeah."
Because you don't need to be saying all of that. Ha!
No, but that's literally
No, this is what
It
about.
made me screw. That's why I had to pause and go. Ooh,
And
that's
obviously, Lisa D'Amato, she won by default because when she won, when she was also on All Stars. So, and the person who won All Stars was dethroned. We'll get into why after we'll cover her next.
Yeah.
So Lisa was the runner-up. So now Lisa won.
Yeah,
Now, because of how the show handled that, people were like, "How did this alcoholic bitch win?"
Do you know what? Back in the day, they were hard.
They were on Twitter.
They were on smoke.
And by All Stars, Twitter was twittering.
Yeah, it was. This was when we would watch together as a nation or as the world and be commenting.
Listen, I mean, I still do that with Love Island. I'd be live tweeting. But anyway.
Have a great time.
Yeah, so Twitter was the Wild Wild West. People were like, and people basically took all the frustration that they had with not understanding what has happened with Angela and took it out on Lisa and be like, how?
Yeah.
And I know people in 2025, people say you're being bullied online, just turn off your phone.
It's not that simple.
It's not that simple. But in those days, that was not even a thing. You literally felt like, yes, this is online happening to you, but you literally felt like it was in your
living room. It was in front of you.
So she thinks that, oh my God, I've won. I'm so happy. And it airs, and the whole world was not happy because they're like, how? And people are reminding you how you were drunk, even though you came this time, did an overhaul character change, you didn't, and people are like, no, how did this bitch win? And then going on to Angela Preston, who originally joined the show and didn't get very far the first time because they're like, she's ghetto, she's outlandish, she's this, she's that, which she thought would be her in with Tyra, because she thought that
middle class Tyra.
She thought, oh, we're both from the hood. You know,
She's
we're both
never been from the
skinny.
hood.
But you know, Tyra.
We were both poor. We were both bullied for being skinny before we became, you know, volump. Curvier women. And she said that she just didn't get that with her. So she came back for All Stars. And when she came back for All Stars, they asked her that, is there anything about you that we should know between the last time we saw you and now? And she was like, no. She was like, rightfully so. This is really I said that. She's the only person that took accountability. She was like, rightfully so, I lied. Because I was ashamed when I was in Paris. Basically, she was a...
she'd been doing sex work.
She'd been doing sex work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that escalated.
Yeah, so she lied and said, no, I haven't. There's nothing to share, sort of thing. And then Michelle Mock, who's apparently a casting director... Then,
is she any relation to Ken Mock?
I don't know, but I think I actually assume...
She was fully black from the picture they showed on screen when they said her name, so I was like...
Unless she married, okay.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's just why.
Go on, yeah.
So then Michelle, after she passed the initial start and then she's finally going to make it onto the show, Michelle pulls her aside and says, I know that you did what you had to do to survive. And as a woman, I understand. I want you to take this opportunity and go all
just run with it. She's like, just see what happens.
Just see what happens. Okay. So then Angela takes it as, okay, you see me. I haven't told you what happened, but you clearly know what happened, and you're not holding it against me. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So if she gets all the way to the end, she wins. They finish shooting. Then she gets called to the office to be like...
She had gone back to her own state and everything. They said, oh, can you come back? We want to talk about sponsorship. So they fly her out to New York. The $750 wasn't it? $750 or something like that. And then when she gets there, they're like, hey, girl, you do sex work, so you can't win the show. Because the sponsors that we have wouldn't want you to be represented.
You know what?
So
I think it's because they couldn't manipulate that into their own storyline. That's why they did that, realistically.
But I honestly think this was because of what you call it.
I definitely think sponsorship at that time wouldn't have
ever.
That. But I also think that they should have been...
I should have told her.
They should have told her from the start.
The closer you get to the end, the more likely it is you won't actually have to get the actual prize because these corporate people won't want it.
That's dark.
Because everybody was aware of that at the time. Everybody was aware that they put out there to be squeaky clean, to be have a certain middle America image. And that's the reason why they punished the girls that were a little bit more ghetto, that they were a little bit more like less...
Because on a side note,
polished.
this is completely side note, a curveball. The same thing happened with Bonnie Blue. I'm going there. Bonnie Blue from OnlyFans, she got kicked off of OnlyFans, other than her being outlandish. But I think, is it MasterCard or Visa said, if you don't kick her off, we're no longer sponsoring the site. So they dashed her. Because I watched a documentary, I said,
was that what happened?
That's what happened. Corporate said, absolutely not.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Can you imagine MasterCard? You guys should be doing that sex work, but
That's you've taken it too far.
Well, to be fair, I'm not gonna lie, Bonnie Blue was taking it too far.
How?
She was doing too much.
How?
No, she was doing that.
Okay.
No.
And then she told us that she's changing her life and she converted to Christianity. And then completely did 360 like a week later.
No, but
they should have kicked her off.
My thing is this.
I'm not supporting taking money off someone's table, but
my thing is this. At the start, she was moving mad. In the middle, she was moving mad. Now she's moving mad. So what has changed?
They said she's moved too mad.
She's moving mad.
She's not, but she's not.
You're so funny.
How are we scaling this? It's stupid.
It's because I think that because she hasn't changed. She's
consistent. And that's what brands are.
She's always doing a battalion of men.
Yeah.
But I think
you know, I should have to be sure. I have to get the show. I have to go back to that side of the camera. He's a dangerous person and a liability. A battalion
of men.
Crazy. Accurate. Yeah.
She was always doing that. But I think that the more people were like, okay, we like this over here. This over here, no. And because of the backlash and the thing, they were like, okay, you see that one, we don't go in the Wild Wild West, but that one...
This one is too much.
It's gone too much. It's gone too far.
Stupid.
If you don't pull her from the side, we'll pull our money. And I think it was literally like that. If that girl wins, we're going to pull.
Yeah, so we'll win no prize.
Like, she won't win. So even if she won, she won't
get it. And then we'll put somebody else.
No one will work with her.
Yeah.
And then when after they had the meeting, then they said, but they can give her something. And they gave her $300.
Which is worse than nothing, almost.
It's just getting worse and worse.
That was part 2. That's what I said.
See, if I saw that, I would have imploded. Yeah. See, that's all too much.
Yeah.
That's...
And I feel like they could have been more transparent with her.
Easily.
To be like, okay, then you are getting close. We don't know. Because I feel like when you get to like the final 5...
Let me know something.
Your sponsors start thinking, how do we feel about the potential of all these?
Do we not do the background checks?
So one of my friends was in one of the cycles when they did the American
English.
Friends, let me know that I'm bringing, but we went to school, let me know each other, whatever. And she basically would have won. But they were like, you're black. Quite like, it's not really gonna work because we want to do it again. There was a hair campaign thing. They were like, you don't really have the hair that we're gonna need to do this campaign. So the white girl who was not, and it was a film of like you said to her, you could tell this other girl shouldn't have won. Popularity wise, shouldn't have won. But she did, obviously. And my friend was just like,
should we move on to the girl that's supposed to win with hair?
You know what? I don't understand.
What do you understand?
How it's so easy. When I mean easy to the point where you can actually go on Instagram and find people that do this. so easy to find people that can deal with like black people's hair.
Oh, you're trying to go there?
Black people's skin tone. It's so easy, especially in the industry as well, because people are so artistic these days.
It's not easy. They don't want to.
I was gonna say.
It's not about easy. It's
But
like
you want demographics. You want.
If the person that's
You're just
sponsoring
unlocking
you,
memories out
because
here.
you're not, especially then, like the options weren't that big. Not that many, but you also wanted to work with brands that people knew because that's what made people get excited. You get a CoverGirl deal, you get a Revlon deal, you get a Pantene Pro V deal. Like these are the brands that people are like, oh my god. If they said you're going to get Dark and Lovely, the girls would be like, excuse me. They won't. Even the black girls. If we're going to talk,
No, but my thing is,
if we are going to talk, are we going to talk?
That's okay.
That's okay.
No, but
even the black girls, if they heard that, do you want to get maybe it's Maybelline or you want to get Dark and Lovely?
no,
Which one would you pick?
no, but my thing
Which
is,
one do you
like,
think they will pick, guys?
no, but T, you need to.
pits of hell.
No, because you need to understand here, they're also marketing. These people, they market to these brands as well. There's ways that they've done it for the other people.
Want to.
That's the thing.
But
That's
they don't
another
want to
thing.
because
So
they-
why am I on your show?
And that's where I'm
Take
going.
me off.
Take them up.
The American top model is aligning themselves with a reputable brand that already has a presence.
Yeah.
We don't have to market. We don't have to do anything.
They're doing America's top models the favor. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
Pantene Pro V, they're
They
doing
don't
America's
care.
Next Top Model the
They
favor.
don't care. And I
Because
think
they already have standing, they already have presence, they already have.
And that era, reality show was like ill. It
was
it's
so
not like now.
Yeah.
It was like, oh
Yeah.
god, we have to associate ourselves.
Yeah.
Melandra would ever have a chance 10, 15 years ago.
They would all that.
Alondra and
They
Meg
would-
Gala would not be in a sentence.
Ever.
Never.
Yeah, I think you have to remember as well is it's a big struggle between like genuinely the money and the reputation and everything as well. And like I'm gonna cuss back people right now. I'm sorry, I'm not racist. We spend money everywhere, whether they're racist or not. So why the fuck should they cater to us? Until we learn to go, actually, you don't cater to me, remove my money, they go, I'm going to do a racist campaign, you're still going to bang it. And they will.
That's just the facts. Is the facts. Is the facts.
Until we ourselves hold ourselves accountable, stop doing it, they'll go, I want that black money.
Also, they should find a black brand when there's only like 2 or 3 contestants out of like, how many girls? 24? 17?
Yeah.
Why?
They'll be like,
What's the likelihood of them?
with your tiny demographic, with their less income.
Meanwhile, our demographic is the one that is biased.
What's the likelihood of any of those people winning?
Yeah. And this is a new concept as in like we are always going to be.
It's just the fact
I'm saying
society.
I'm saying the average black person
Today might be different.
and especially in
But
America,
then-
and especially then. So that's why.
I'm talking to Jenna Turner that didn't have. I don't. Oh, well, that was a bit crazy. What I was about to say.
I'm so curious.
I was about to be like that. Didn't have hair.
That's fine. It's
But
fine.
she had alopecia, so
Yeah.
she's wearing wigs, and obviously she
Yeah.
told a story about how she started using her hair, and how in order to like feel her womanhood, she did Playboy, and Tyra called her a prostitute.
Yeah. Part two. This is
Part 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
Part two.
Tyra
Yeah.
said, "Why? Are you a
You're like a prostitute. Yeah.
Or- yeah.
Yeah.
And then apparently she bursted into tears because she felt like you've done Victoria's Secret.
And
You've
that's
done-
sexist, isn't it?
Which I'm not with her on that.
Go on. Explain to me why. Go on.
That. Yes, right.
My jaw's on. I just need to lift my
Yeah,
arm.
the front door.
Victoria's Secret is sexy, lingerie, whatever. You did Playboy, you did a nude shoot. I'm not saying that nude is bad, but I'm just saying that if you did a nude, completely nude shoot for Playboy, and I'm Tyra Banks, and I walked the runway for Victoria's Secret, you and I are not the same.
The connotations for Playboy and Victoria's Secret are completely different. Like, sorry, one is giving dirty old man, and one is giving playful fun on the runway. Like
we're not the same. So how you thought that we were going to bond over that is beyond me. You thought wrong.
Who can I see?
You thought wrong. But obviously, in that she wore wigs.
Yeah.
They said for the makeover they were going to give her a wig. That's what they told her.
Yeah, they told her on camera, off camera.
Off camera, they said they were going to give her a new wig that looked nicer.
Yeah.
I felt like her wig was a bit,
Whatever.
struggle white
Yeah.
girlish. And then on air, apparently Laura Roach said to her, "I know they said we're going to give you a wig, but psych."
Ballad.
And then proceeded to unstitch the wig.
Oh,
that
that's
was
wicked.
on
Yeah.
her hair.
Oh,
And
that's
why
wicked.
she bursted into tears.
That is
quite
wicked.
Uncontrollably during the makeover.
Yeah.
And also, then she found out that apparently they switched it in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
That it was no longer going to be CoverGirl or whatever the makeup brand that they was doing then. It was now going to be Pantene.
Pantene hair specifically.
Specifically,
She ain't got no hair.
I mean, she ain't
So how can I possibly represent them?
Oh, this is all too much. This is all too much. It's
Yeah.
all too shady,
Yeah.
all too much.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? You hate
It's
me.
mean.
It's that's it. It's giving very high school mean girls.
Yeah, like, that's just mean.
It's because they're self-esteem.
Yeah.
They don't love themselves. They hate
Overall thoughts. Do we think that there's a witch hunt on America's Next Top Model and the new ice cream lady? Or do you think that everyone is just collecting their... Why are you guys...
No, I'm done. No, I'm done.
Oh god.
Your film might have rubbed off.
I was gonna say the madness has transferred. It's good.
No, I'm done.
You know, on that note, maybe we should just end.
Yeah, we have to.
Thank you for listening to another episode. Like, subscribe, share, tell your dad,
Your mother, your father.
your mother, and your father, and thank you for listening to another episode of Small Chat.